because I loved playing guitar. I mean, I had no, I didn't think that, people could become rock stars or whatever,
Right, exactly.
not that, I'll ever be one, but, I just did it for the love of it. It's just something that I just, once I started playing guitar, I was just hooked. I mean, this thing never left my hands ever. So, much to the dismay of everybody around me and my social life and everything else, even to this day, you have to be, it's all or nothing with me, but,
Right,
just do it for the fun. And if you become successful at it, that's great, but even if you don't, as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. So,
Absolutely, and stay away from drugs, and alcohol, and I'm
yeah,
not trying to down any
trouble.
companies, but I'm just saying it doesn't mix,
Yeah, I'm probably the most square, I'm not going to say rock star, guitar, rock musician that you ever met. I don't, don't do any of that stuff.
Right, exactly. Well, there was a time, I mean, I learned from watching Ozzy.
Oh, God, haven't we all?
Gotta love him. Wow. I'm going to Ozfest here in Hartford, Connecticut here on July. Actually, it's August 21st.
Wow. No, we just saw him play 10 days ago.
Ooh, with Gus G.
Yeah. It was pretty effing cool. He played at the House of Blues here in Hollywood.
Oh, great. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
it was last weekend, actually.
No kidding. How was it? A real great show, huh?
It was amazing, yeah. And how many times you get to see him in such a small place?
Right. I know. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Gus,
how does Gus sound? Pretty good?
Yeah, he's good. I don't want to rag on him or anything. I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but and I'm so not right. I just don't think he's of the caliber of a Zach or a Randy or a Jake.
A little lighter.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good player. I'm not saying that he can't play, but I just don't think compared. I mean, that was one of the things too. When I was asked to audition for the thing, and obviously I didn't get it. But I even told Sharon, when we were talking, because I declined.
Definitely.
The second time. The first time they had me, when I was really young, they had me send in a cassette tape and they said how old I was, and they say, you're too young, we don't want to deal with it. Which, I get it. Okay, cool, whatever.
Right.
But the second time when they asked me, I came off stage at a show we were doing actually at Gazzari's. It was at Gazzari's when they asked me.
Right, okay.
And one of their guys, asked me, whether somebody worked for Sharon. And I'm like, first I'm like, yeah, you're full of shit. Then he's like, Carmen's like, no, I'm serious. You'd be really great, blah, 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 to come in and try. And then I declined, and I told him, I'm like, don't take this wrong. And it's not that I think I'm too good. I just don't think that I'm of the caliber of, a Jake Ely or a Randy Rhodes or, those guys are, legendary.
No, you're being honest and forward with you.
Yeah. Then I was just, being cool. And then, I thought that was the end of it, and then, a couple weeks later, my mom's like, this British lady keeps calling the house and asking for you, leaving messages on the answering machine. I'm like, what are you talking about? So this went on for, another week after that, and then, all of a sudden
it was Sharon Osbourne?
Yeah, it was. And one time, I was home, and she's like, well, she's leaving another message on the machine. Listen. And I picked it up, and, she's like, hello. I'm like, hi, who is this? And she's like, my name is Sharon Osbourne, and my husband is Ozzy Osbourne, and I manage him, and
Correct.
We're looking for another guitar player, and I heard under good authority that you would be a good possibility to be the guitar player. And I'm like, okay, And then I'm like, and I told him, I think I'm a major Ozzy fan, I'm a major Randy fan, and blah, blah, blah. And I actually saw Randy Rhodes play, before he was in Quiet Riot, when he was in Quiet Riot.
Wow.
We were playing alongside of him, I was playing the strip the same time he was.
Right.
So, and I told her that and stuff, and I just said, I don't think I'm of that caliber, I can play for sure, but I just don't think those guys are just, she's, I don't know, but I think they told me that you are, and you have a great look, and blah, blah, blah. So then I tried to get out of it, I really don't want to go through, because I heard, because I knew they were, having them, first send in pictures, and have an interview with them first, and, it was, a whole, 5-step program before you even got to audition.
Right.
I'm like, it's not really me. I don't really like to do that. It's not that I feel I'm too good for it or nothing like that. I just don't think that I'm,
well,
good enough.
you know what they're looking for pretty much because you've heard the music of the past, but you know yourself and you were being upright and honest, and I respect that.
Yeah, totally. And I was and she was really, really nice, and she didn't have to be nice at all. And, she's really cool. So finally, she's like, "No, here, just learn. Here's the songs. Write these down. Just learn them, and you meet us here at this studio, like in a week. Next week, come here, and you'll just play with us. That's all. You won't have to audition. You're auditioning, but you don't have to go through the other steps."
Right. Okay.
I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. It was like Flying High Again, and Crazy Train, and Suicide Solution, and I can't remember if there's. I mean, I still have the list somewhere.
No kidding. That's great.
So and I went down there and I got to play Crazy Train with Ozzy.
What's wrong with that?
She wasn't kidding.
Hey, good for you, man. I'm really happy to hear that.
And Zach was there, and he had long blonde hair and a cream color Les Paul.
There you go.
Before it had circles on it.
There you go. That's super great, man.
Yeah,
I was thinking also about like Dio's passing, and Peter Steele, and
such a lot.
Well, it's Paul Gray. It's like, oh my goodness. So I've been quite sad here after Dio passing.
I know. Yeah,
that just really hit me so hard.